Hey, what's up, 4Gamers? Welcome back to a new video. As you may have known me, I kickstarted my YouTube career by making guides, tutorials, and other helpful gameplay videos for newer players and even for returning veterans. I made useful content all related to Lost Light, and I found the same opportunity to take the same path with Delta Force. Now, Delta Force is not solely an extraction shooter game. It also has two other game modes, namely their battlefield-like game mode called Warfare Mode and an upcoming campaign mode in the near future. For today, we'll focus only on some key reminders and tips that you should not forget when playing the operations mode of the game. Without further ado, here are 15 things to remember in Delta Force operations. Number 1. Enemy players will sometimes have money. This is money collected from side missions that players can do around the map. So be sure to check this part of the enemy inventory when you are looting them. Just click on the pickup button and the money should transfer to your inventory automatically. And it will also be added to your total loot value upon extraction. Number 2. When you are knocked out, you have 3 minutes to be revived before bleeding out. This is good information to know when you have a teammate who has been knocked out. Most of the time, players would panic and rush over to revive and give up their positioning while in a gunfight. 3 minutes is a long time, so strategize carefully as you have the advantage in this situation, as you have the info of where the enemy is, but they have little to no information of where you are. Number 3. When you have been revived from a KO status and you get knocked again, it's an instant death. In connection to number 2, after being revived for the first time, you will notice a gray bar on your health bar. This means that you have a less total HP and cannot be revived anymore. So in the same way, approach your rotations and gunfights with more tactic and caution, as the next knockdown that happens to you will be an instant death. Number 4. Never play the hero. Winning outnumbered is possible but not easy to do. I say not easy as the enemy team can easily pressure you with their tactical weapons, as these are unlimited with set cooldowns. But also note that there's no shame in escaping. In extraction games, kills don't always mean a victory, as you may rack up so many kills, but you can easily fall to one player. The main goal of an extraction game is to survive the raid with minimal to zero losses from what you brought in. So in a situation where you see an imminent loss, plan your escape and live to fight another day. Number 5. Study the map layouts and extraction points. When you are at point A, enemies will be coming from point B and will generally be the location of your extraction point. That's how these extraction games are mostly designed, where the PvP comes into play when both parties meet halfway. Having decent map knowledge of the surroundings, like places where you can rotate, debris that you can climb, can easily help you gain a tactical advantage over your opponents. Since you will have a general idea of where enemies will be crossing, strategize and anticipate them along your route to extraction. Number 6. Utilize gear tickets. Gear tickets provide you with set loadouts that you can borrow with zero expense. So make sure to maximize your loot earnings when raiding with the borrowed equipment. These gear tickets come in 3 tiers, where each tier provides you with better weapons and equipment. To gain some of these tickets, participate in daily and weekly missions to complete each task that rewards them. If in case you don't like the set gear, for a small cost, you can also re-roll the equipment if you don't like the selection. Number 7. Utilize the carrying feature. As you may not know, you can carry down enemies, teammates, and their death boxes. You can use this as a good strategy during gunfights and reposition the bodies or the boxes for a safe reset, or even use this as an advantage to force your enemies to make unsafe rotations, to revive their downed teammates, or fight for the loot of their death boxes that you carried away. As a fun fact, you can also do this with enemy AI death boxes as well. Number 8. Running with your knife is fast but is not safe. This is not a joke though. Although it gives you an improvement in move speed to help you rotate faster, it sacrifices your reaction time to attack or defend, as it takes 1 to 2 seconds to pull out your weapon. So do this with caution. So it's better to have your gun out if you're unsure of the safety of your route or surroundings. Number 9. You can drop your bag when you're overweight. When you have collected more loot than anticipated, you will be placed in the overweight status and will greatly penalize your move speed and will make you an easier target for everyone to attack. If you are anticipating an attack, drop your bag momentarily and deal with the fight you have coming to you. This way, you have the optimal speed to react and move during the gunfight. You can come back to your bag after the fight, as fighting overweight and losing would yield the same result anyway, so this gives you at least a better fighting chance. Number 10. Mark the items you need for upgrades using the favorite star button. There are a lot of menu navigations in Delta Force, a bit excessive and tedious to look around for items that you need and what items you should be looking for in raids. One easy way to keep track of these things is the usage of the mark option for the item. This way, whenever you find the item inside the raid, you will notice the item blink for a short moment and show a star icon indicating that this is one of the items that you've marked and is a necessity for you to extract and to bring home to your base. But also remember to remove the marking if you don't need the item anymore to avoid any confusion. Number 11. In somewhat a similar way to lessen the menu navigation in finding items you need for crafting or upgrades, if this shopping cart icon is available, you can click on it and the game will automatically purchase the items you need from the market at the lowest price. Be careful to not rush in using this option, as some item prices may be inflated because of how much other players are selling them. You can also assess here if it's cheaper to buy or craft the item or equipment directly from the shop instead of doing a quick buy through the player market. Number 12. You can save your loadout for different types of raids. When you make a good build of a weapon, consider saving it. This saves you a lot of time and effort in rebuilding and recalibrating the weapon when you suffer a loss. This will allow you to bounce back in the next raid with less time is spent during your preparations. This functions similarly with the fill all function, as the game will automatically purchase the attachments you need at the lowest price, but again may vary to how players are listing their prices in the market, so check those prices carefully. Number 13. In relation to gun building, attachments are free to be tested in the practice range. In relation to gun building, all attachments are free to be tested in the practice range. This will help define what kind of gun you will feel comfortable with and what will match your playstyle you have for every map you plan to raid into. Feel free to test out every weapon build to your heart's content. As connected with the previous tip, don't forget to save them as a loadout option for future raids. Number 14. Utilize the usage of quick item wheels. You can long press the item button or ammo button to access their selection wheels to be able to pick up the item more quickly. These kinds of quick actions can save you a lot of time to recover during or preparing before a gunfight. So for what key assignment you use for both your reload and healing buttons, you can long press these buttons to make the respective ammo or item wheels appear and display most of the corresponding items you are carrying. For ammo, if you select a different type or level of ammo, that will then be loaded into your current magazine. For healing items, the selected item from the wheel will be used and applied to your character if possible. Do take note that the ammo or the healing item has to be in either your pockets or your chest rig to be able to utilize the quick use feature. And lastly, number 15, you can reload while you're aiming down sights. This will greatly help you maintain a line of sight on your enemies without having to hide just to reload. If you have your sights on your opponent and want to see what they will do, keep your ADS on and press your reload button to begin reloading while aimed down. Every second and every moment counts in every gunfight, so make sure to take note of this forgettable feature. And those were 15 things you should remember when playing Delta Force operations. What did you guys think? Did this video help you? If so, please leave a like, and if you're new here, please consider subscribing. In case there are other tips or things we should remember that I forgot to include here, kindly help your fellow operators by commenting down below. As always, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.